It's now time for Trivia Tracks with yours truly, Price Robertson. This edition of Trivia Tracks is brought to you by ProMed Ambulance Services, care you can count on, and Beth Smith at Edward Jones. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC. This famous law enforcement officer is believed to have been the inspiration for the Lone Ranger. Bass Reeves is historically noted as the first black deputy U.S. Marshal west of the Mississippi River. Reeves was born a slave to a cotton farmer in Crawford County, Arkansas in July 1838. In 1846, when Reeves was 8 years old, he and his master relocated to Paris, Texas. In 1848, he fled to Indian Territory, known today as Oklahoma. The region was ruled by 5 Native American tribes: Cherokee, Seminole, Creek, Choctaw, and Chickasaw, and within these tribes, Reeves found kinship. He learned all the Indian ways, the customs and languages of the Seminole and Creek tribes. After the 13th Amendment was passed in 1865, abolishing slavery, Bass Reeves, now formerly a free man, returned to Arkansas, got married, and had 11 children. He found work as a farmer, rancher, and horse breeder, and was even an expert sharpshooter. He was so good, he could shoot ambidextrously with both hands at accurate precision. In 1875, Isaac Parker, the so-called hanging judge, appointed James F. Fagan as U.S. Marshal, directing him to hire 200 deputy U.S. Marshals. Fagan had heard about Reeves, who knew the territory and could speak several native languages. He recruited him as a deputy, and Reeves was assigned as a deputy U.S. Marshal for the Western District of Arkansas, which had responsibility also for the native reservation territory. He served there until 1893. That year he transferred to the Eastern District of Texas in Paris, Texas for a short while. In 1897, he was transferred again, serving at the Muskogee Federal Court in the Native Territory. During his 32-year career, Bass Reeves was one of Judge Parker's most valued deputies, bringing in some of the most dangerous criminals of the time. He was never wounded, despite having his hat and belt shot off on separate occasions. He arrested 3,000 felons and shot and killed 14 of them in self-defense. In addition to being a marksman with a rifle and revolver, Reeves developed superior detective skills. At one point, Reeves was forced to arrest his own son for murder. Benjamin Reeves, or Benny as he was called, was charged with the murder of his wife. Despite being disturbed and deeply shaken by the incident, Reeves nonetheless insisted on the responsibility of bringing Benny to justice. Benny was subsequently captured, tried, and convicted. He served 11 years at Fort Leavenworth in Kansas before his sentence was commuted. He reportedly lived the rest of his life as a model citizen. When Oklahoma became a state in 1907, Bass Reeves, then 68, became an officer of the Muskogee Police Department. He served for 2 years before illness forced him to retire. Twice married during his lifetime, Reeves died of Bright's disease on January 12, 1910, at the age of 71. He was the great-uncle of Paul L. Brady, who became the first black man appointed as a federal administrative law judge in 1972. His great-great-great-grandson is NHL player Ryan Reeves. That's Reaves. In 1992, he was inducted into the Hall of Great Westerners of the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum. In 2011, the U.S. 62 Bridge, which spans the Arkansas River between Muskogee and Fort Gibson, Oklahoma, was renamed the Bass Reeves Memorial Bridge. In 2012, a bronze statue of Reeves was erected in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and in 2013, Reeves was inducted into the Texas Trail of Fame. He is currently the subject of the Paramount Plus series Lawman Bass Reeves, starring British actor David Oyelowo as Reeves. Till next time, I'm Price Robertson. Amazed by today's trivia? Then join me for Trivia Tracks weekdays at 6:45 on Everybody's Country Y95.